Budget negotiations down to the wire yet again, a call to end gender-based violence, and protests against Mnangagwa's rule intensify. Hello there, I'm Sifiso Zulu.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.
The strength of the government of national unity has been tested yet again over the national budgets, with the biggest parties singing from different hymns. ANC parliamentary leader Mdumiseni Ntuli says they have not reached an agreement with the DA over this contentious matter. He says the DA has included demands that have nothing to do with the budget.
And when we met yesterday, we painstakingly went through each of the issues they are raising. And we said to them, unless if they are willing to move away from some of the demands, which have got nothing to do with the budget, expropriation, NHI, do away with the NYTA, give certain powers to the deputy minister. If you don't move away from those demands, there's no way we're going to have a consensus with you.
But the ANC says fret not, because if the DA doesn't come to the party, it will find support from its budget elsewhere. And this is where Action SA comes in. The ANC says it will also support Action SA's proposed amendments to the budget, but they have also reached an agreement on a reconfigured GNU. Parliament will tomorrow vote on the budget. That's if the numbers are enough. Hundreds of young people in different provinces took part in a national protest against gender-based violence. The protests in Cape Town, Johannesburg, and Eastern Cape and Bombela were sparked by the rape of a 7-year-old girl in the Eastern Cape. The child's mother says her daughter was violated at her school's premises last year. 3 people have been identified as suspects, including the principal. These protesters submitted a memorandum of demands to the Education Department in Joburg.
It's important that we also say which it's not about Ukwekwe alone. There are other Ukwekwes, in this country who are silenced, don't know where to go. And I would like to also thank the person that took it upon him or herself to make this viral, make sure that all South Africans, in actual fact, the whole world knows that there's such a situation. We're demanding justice, and we are saying that we're going to push and make sure that at least the investigations are fast-tracked so that there can be justice prevailed.
Plans to expand and stabilize the country's power grid are on the cards. Energy Minister Hosiyentsho Ramokgopa announced that a pilot project is in the works, which will see the privatization of parts of Eskom's infrastructure. He says bidding to help build more than 14,000 kilometers of new electricity lines will open soon. South Africa is buckling under scheduled power cuts, seemingly with no end in sight to load shedding. Ramokgopa says the initiative is expected to span over 10 years.
For us to be able to do this, we need about 440 billion rand. So the state is not in a position to provide that kind of support. And then that needs to be funded from the private sector.
Cape Town Traffic Police have arrested 30 drunk drivers in the past week. The Metro's law enforcers had their hands full over the weekend. They say the number of drunk drivers arrested on the city streets as well as assault incidents have doubled in recent weeks. On Sunday, 2 runners were hit by a drunk driver while training along Victoria Road in Bantry Bay.
A complete disregard for safety, the rule of law, and consideration for others has become synonymous with the payday weekend. Our officers across departments brace for this time of the month, as much of the havoc can be ascribed to alcohol abuse.
And there's been heavy police presence in Zimbabwe following calls for a national protest aimed at pressuring President Emmerson Mnangagwa to resign. The call by war veteran Blessed Geza, which has turned into a mass stay-away by citizens, has resulted in businesses, schools and offices shutting down. Mnangagwa is on his 2nd term as president after taking the reins from the late Robert Mugabe, who was ousted in a coup. Mnangagwa and his administration have faced numerous corruption and mismanagement allegations. That's it from us today. For more, you can download the EWN app and the Prime Media Plus app. Thank you for watching.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.